What's going on, everybody? James here, RedemptionAgency.com. 21 years selling on eBay. All right, haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I figured I'm gonna set the camera up and just record me shipping, and then I'm gonna answer some questions too along the way on YouTube, because there's always so many comments and stuff, and I never really get a chance to go through them and check them out. So I figured I might as well answer some on video. So that's coming within this video also. If you're new to my channel, welcome. All the prices I give do not include the shipping I charge. I do charge for shipping, except on Just Discs items, which I've sold none today or overnight. Today is Wednesday morning. We are at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. Got about 7, no, I got more than that, 18, 19, 18 items to ship. And not sure what happened yesterday on eBay, because for the last couple of weeks, everything's been flowing good. And about 2 p.m., everything just kind of shut off. At 2 p.m., I had $500 sold. So in the first 12 hours of my day, I had $500. And then it just shut off. And in the second 12 hours, I had like $200. So I'm not sure what happened there. I looked at it at midway point like I normally do at 2 o'clock and go kind of balance if I'm going to have a good day or if I need to find some good dollar items to list to kind of spike the day a little bit. I'm like, is that $500? I'm like, all right, I'm going to have near $1,000 day, because I usually do pretty much double the amount sitting at 2 p.m. And then when everything just kind of shut off, I'm like, well, that stinks. So hopefully that'll roll back in today. Hopefully that was just some little, I don't know, whatever, anomaly. And we'll see. So let's get into what's sold and get this stuff shipped and answer some questions, since I haven't done that in a while. So changing the video up a little bit. Got my wintertime hats on. I wore the white Furby out yesterday. I went to the post office and had people cracking up at the post office, so that was good. It's always good to make people smile and laugh. So let's get into this. Put on my old people specs, and let's go. All right. I only got 2 international, so that kind of dictated the day last night. Because here lately I've been doing a good amount of international. So we got 1 Australia, 1 England, and that's it. So pretty lame on that front. Empty. Refresh. Alrighty. I had found a bunch of these airline booklets over at the Goodwill bins last time I went. This is, I never even heard of them, Allegheny Airlines. And it's their annual report from 1967. But I bought a bunch of airline, what was it? They were sponsored by Exxon, made by Exxon, Air Flight or something books, magazines with all about aircrafts in it. And then I took an offer this morning for another airline book for $10. This one sold for $14. The other one hasn't paid yet. This company went from 1958 when I guess they started. Their passenger revenue was $5.8 million. And in 1967, the year of this book, their passenger revenue was $44 million. So quite an increase in 9 years there. Their assets, liabilities, and shareholders went from 4.7 million up to 97.9 million. Pretty cool. All right, I don't have one of my, I'll pack that up in a minute. I don't have one of my mailers for that here. All right, let's go Got George Winston December CD. Sold for $6. Also, if you're new to my videos, I know I've been getting a lot of new subs lately, so thank you all for that. And thank everybody else for liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing and all that stuff, because it's showing, it's growing. So pretty excited that the numbers are going up, and that one video that's like an hour and a half long, it's helped a lot of people. So I'm very thankful that that thing has helped a lot of people. And it's garnered a lot of new watchers, so I appreciate everybody. But I sell a lot of common stuff, if you're new to my channel, showing that you don't have to always go after those big dollar things. You can make a nice, a lot of people call them bread and butters. I like to call it a foundation. You got to find those foundation items that just consistently brings in that money. So if something goes out of trend, or you can't find something, that doesn't dictate how much money you're going to make that day. The foundation stuff's going to dictate your consistent income. And doing this 21 years, you have to figure that out if you want the longevity and don't want the stress of, crap, I didn't find nothing good this week, I'm not going to make no money. If you buy and find these common items, which can be found anywhere, I can literally go to any bins across the country, fill up my truck for next to nothing, and sell this stuff. So if I can do it, you can do it. All right. All right. They might be giants. It's going to be one of those mornings where I can't see anything. There it is. I did raise my numbers have dropped a little bit in the last couple of days, quantity wise, because I upped my like $3 stuff that I was running a 30% off sale on, so it was like $209. I bumped all that back up to my old pricing point of $555, so it's like $388 now with a 30% off, since I'm going to be running that consistently now. So my quantity has dropped off some, which I expected. But I will take an offer down to $3 now. At $3, I think I'm making $1.30 or something in my pocket profit after everything. So this They Might Be Giants CD sold for $3.50. Double check, make sure that was recording. And then we got, are you ready for a CD like? Yeah. All right, we got two Rufus Rainwhite CD promo singles. You know, I like my promo singles. So April's Fool and California. Both of them together sold for $8 plus shipping. That's another thing that's kind of, at least died down overnight, is that's my only multiple, it looks like. So even though I'm doing $3.99 for unlimited media mail shipping, it's very hard to advertise that. It really is. It really is. Domino. All right, Domino Ghetto Jam cassette single. No communication errors. Stop it. Stop it. All right, it sold for $350. I hope this audio is coming out right, because this new iPhone Max, there's 2 issues with it thus far. And it did just update, so hopefully they fixed it by now. But the camera does not focus very well, mainly in the app, eBay app. It will not focus properly. So I've been using my old phone to take pictures. And then another thing is the audio is just so weird on this. It seems like it's consistently changing. What's going on with this thing? It must have fell on the floor or something. But if you're watching, if you watch my videos, you've seen the weirdness with the audio. Next up, we got Three Dog Night Around the World cassette, sold for $12.28. Why have these got hairs on them so bad? So bad. So bad. Where is the jacket? There it is. Next up, we've got this Missouri Tigers Mizzou hat, or jacket, I should say, windbreaker, with a big old hair on it. Boom. This sold for $25. TWHBEA hat. So for $9.44, I'm guessing it's some kind of horse race or breeder or something with the little horse logo. Something to do with horses, I'm assuming. People always ask, what do I use to ship my boxes in, or my hats in? And what I say to that is, you don't watch my videos enough. I ship in a box. 8x6x4 are my hat boxes. Eight about 6 about 4. Alrighty, we've got a blank camouflage snapback hat, sold for $9.44. Next up, we got Kansas Jayhawks hat, sold for $7.87. Yeah, but seeing all those comments on that video, man, it's it's made, I wouldn't say gives me purpose now, but I guess it just brings me happiness that it's helped so many people. I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm trying not to exploit all the growth. And what I mean by that is just putting out content just to put out content, just to get the views. I don't want to do that. I see so many, now that I kind of got that spike, I see what so many YouTubers do, not just in the resale world, but elsewhere also, is they'll just put out content just to put something out. There was a couple of bigger resellers that I kind of just clicked on the videos because I've been playing with TikTok and stuff a little bit, trying to put my shorts up there and what have you, also see if I can just grow that. And when I just was kind of checking out other people's content to see what they're doing to give me some ideas or what have you, I'm just clicking on them. I'm like, that was a waste of my time. That was a waste. That was a waste. It just feels like they're putting out content that just is just there for the algorithm, if you will, I guess, for the clicks. And I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route. I want to, stay true to what I've always done, even if it's not the most popular. Even if it's not going to be, going to bring me any good revenue, I want it to be more helpful than anything, first and foremost, where it seems a lot of other people put the money and the clicks ahead of the being helpful part. So trying to avoid that, try not to sell out, if you will. Not going to be a sellout. Bulldog's hat, women's hat, sold for $6. So I'm just going to keep it the same simple crap, I don't have a lot of time because I like to list a lot because that's how I make my money. But I will have these moments like today where nobody's in the house but me and the puppies again. And this is still kind of new to me. So I'm like, what? I'm just going to slow my roll today because I can get into focused little. I've got a lot of pop-ups coming up, a lot of sales. Nice. I can get into my little focus area, turn the radio super up and just not worry about anything else but the puppies laying next to me. On days that there's a lot going on, I'm distracted a lot, so it's really hard to get focused and stay focused. So when I'm in that mode, I don't really have time to take a breath. I just got to keep rolling through it, and it's kind of tiring, if you will, after a while. So today nobody's here, so I'm just going to kind of relax and focus when I get into that phase, if you will, I guess. So I won't have as many distractions. Kind of been trying to change my eating habits since Adrian's not here to go get crappy lunch every day. So I'll eat something small, but then I've been eating crappy my dinner meal and usually a little later than I like to do it because normally Jan gets home at like 8 or 9 or 8:30 or 9:30. The boys get home later now, so it's like have to eat later. So I'm like, what can I do to step it up? Because the problem with me with eating is I'm very picky. I don't eat Italian. I don't like Italian. I don't like seafood. I don't like Chinese food. There's a lot of different foods that I don't eat. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, there's a handful that I can tolerate, like oranges and grapes and tomatoes, radishes. That's about it. So I'm adopting a new diet program, and I'm calling it Stop Eating Like an Asshole. And what I mean by that is stop taking the cheap and easy way, getting the fast food, getting the fried stuff. Stop eating like an asshole and eat smarter, eat wiser. I guess. When you grow up in a certain situation, you never had that in your life. It's very hard to switch, and especially if your palate's very picky. Because my palate's same with my nose. Like my senses are always on overload. So like something like cheese, I can only eat in very small increments because it's just too overpowering for me, and it kind of makes me sick if I eat too much. And there's a lot of things like that. Like I can't go into a candle store or like a Bath and Body Works. I have so many bombarded smells coming at me that it literally makes me nauseous and gives me a headache, and I need air. So my senses are always very overloaded with stuff. So that makes it very hard to just eat a lot of different things. So, like with Italian, with like I can't do red sauce. It's just too much. Like why I don't eat pizzas, red sauce and too much cheese. I can't do that. It's just, St. Louis Billikens hat sold for $12. So don't eat like an asshole is my new diet plan. So I just got to say that every time I want to go get something to eat. If I say that to myself, maybe I'll stop, think before I eat. And then I'm kind of, because you have to train your mind. So I'm kind of putting that asshole term as in eating too much also. Overeating, too big of a portions, large size, if you will. So I'm trying to give a negative spin mentally to what I do consistently so that I change it. So I'm taking cues from the media and social media, the way they control everybody now with negative. So I'm using it for a positive. So anytime I see a negative, I got to think control. That's used for control and to be an asshole. So don't be an asshole. Control yourself and think before you do. So if that makes sense. It does to me, but like I don't do many sugars as it is. Like if I drank soda, it's going to be Coke Zero. I think my most sugar intake is probably like ketchup. So I got to really eliminate ketchup, or things that I would put ketchup on is probably the best way to do it. Kansas Route 66 hat sold for $6. So gotta take that next step, especially as your body gets older, of course. Can't eat like you're 21 anymore, unfortunately. Because I could eat bacon cheeseburgers all day, every day. But now I set my mind that if I eat a cheeseburger, I feel really guilty. So that helped me curve my love for bacon cheeseburgers. All right, Caterpillar hat going to Australia. Sold for $16.50. And now we're on pirate ship. The Click King. 1 click. 2 clicks. Oh wait, I'm not shipping yet. Hold on, I'm just setting up. One click. 2 clicks. It's gotten slower too, since they updated their logo. 3 clicks. 4 clicks. Change the printer. 5 clicks. Hey, pirate ship, if you could take the time to change your logo, can you take the time so it doesn't take 5 clicks to print out a label? Stamps.com, it only takes 2. You're killing me. Taking too much time on my hands. Something like that. Eagle Asphalt hat sold for $9.76. Vintage trucker hat. And then next up, I got 2 albums. And then we'll answer some questions. We'll go through, read some comments, answer some questions. See if we can give this video any value. There must be value in your video. Value in your video. But I got one question for you. Are you ready to jazzercise? Come on now. People always ask, James, how do you ship your vinyl? Well, in an LP mailer that's shaped like this. They're called LP mailers. And you put it in the box like this, and then you fold it over like this, and you fold it over like this. And then I make sure that the walls are straight so it doesn't get crushed as easily. And then there you go. Now that is the vinyl shipping for me. I don't put no extra in there. I know the hardcore vinyl people, oh, you've got to put the extra in there. I've been doing this 21 years and never put no extra in there. And I rarely have a problem. Who is knocking on my door? Let me go answer my door. Whoa. Sorry about that. All right. I got a contractor here because we had a problem with the furnace. It leaked in the attic, and they had to replace the ceiling. So he's back to mud it on day 2. So he's doing that right now. It'll take like 5 minutes. So next up, we got this Kenny Rankin album going to England. Sold for $13.50. So then I'm going to take care of this. Go get him back out of here. And then we'll answer some questions. And I was like, lost my glasses. All right, 13. Back to the pirate ship. You can tell I don't edit my videos because I'm not going to edit that crash. I didn't edit that crash out. Editing takes way too long. Way too long. As does pirate ship. Now, let me go get him out of here, and then we'll answer some questions. All right, let's answer some questions, shall we? Go through here and see what we can find. Add some value to this video if we can. Alrighty. Well, I've officially found my favorite YouTuber. Got to start off there, right? Boom. Thank you, Sammy Frog. Or Froggy. Sammy Froggy. All right. Also with a question. Hey, I don't have anyone else to ask, but this is literally killing me. I sell clothing successfully. It seems though every couple of weeks I go dead, almost no sales during this time. Every day I list new items, end items, sell similar, bulk revise, ship immediately, feedback, prices are not high, free shipping, top rated, what gives? That's a question I've been asking for since the end of 2021. Issues going on with the site. Updates always wreck the site even more. The site has been totally trashed for a little over a year now. The last few weeks have probably been, not counting a week here and there, the last couple of weeks have probably been the most steady and the best without error issues that I've been running into even. The app is definitely airing out a lot on me, a lot more than normal. I keep getting error 402 consistently on the app. So there's still issues going on. How deep they go now, I don't know. I've gotten some feedback on the whole 30% theory, and a couple of people saying it's working for them. So I would recommend running a sale if you don't already. If you do run a sale, spam risk. If you do run a sale, say 10%, try upping your prices 20% and running a 30 off sale, and then let me know how it plays out. Seems like 30% sales are the sweet spot in the algorithm or something. It's what it appears to be. Give that a try. Even if you only do it for the week that you're dead, see what happens. And I don't know, it works for me most of the time, and it seems to be working for a couple of other viewers. So give that a shot. Other than that, yeah, it's just a mess. It's like, what are you kids doing up there? All right. Let's see. I did the 30% off as you suggested. It seems to be really getting conversions, and I'm not promoting heavy either. So there you go. That's another thing. If you're not promoting your clothes, also make sure you're promoting, because you got to pay to play in today's age. So if you have to raise your prices to help cover cost of promoting, do that also. A lot of people, depending on how you price, a lot of people can undervalue their items. And it just makes your store feel cheaper. Like a lot of people, it's all about perception. If you give a perception that your store is higher grade, and you have the feedback and such to back that up, and the quick shipping and all that, take advantage of that. Don't be afraid to step your price up a little bit. A lot of people will pay a little premium for better service. Or what is he doing up there? Or what do you think, or what they may think is better quality, when in fact it's really the same as the next guy, maybe, but the perception is greater, so they would pay a little greater more. I think Vern went up to the second floor. He never goes up to the second floor. I think he walked up to the second floor because the guy was working up there and already left, so he probably went up there smelling. He never goes up the second floor. I heard steps. I'm like, he's not coming down. So yeah, perception. And like with me, I've got, my huge amount of feedback, I think, helps me out. Even though there's a lot of people who don't look at feedback too much. They go by that first picture. And like when Jan will come in and take some pictures for me, I tell her, I'm not worried about the pictures except for the first one. The first one is the money shot. That's the one that the people are going to look at, that's going to get them to click on it, That's the one they're going to make 90% of their decision whether they buy that item or not from you is that first picture. So make sure that first picture is golden and the perception's there. If you have a store, put a banner there, create a banner, Google how to do it. I'm sure there's plenty of, like I use Pixlr to make my stuff, Pixlr or something like that. I don't know. If you Google something near that, it'll pop up. It's a free thing you can make. That's what I make my thumbnails with on here. It's really simple to use. Yeah, create a banner for your store, run sales, promote, all the normal stuff. There's so many people who are afraid or are just stuck in the whole world of not wanting to promote because they don't want to give eBay more money. Well, you're not going to get more sales, so you're really robbing yourself in the end. You have to pay to play. It's not going to change. It's not going to go back. You got to get out of that parent mentality. When I hear things like that, the first thing I think of is the way my parents thought. They were just never wanted to change, always wanted to be stuck in yesterday. And things change, things move on. It's just the way things are, and you have to adapt because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. It's not a fad. It's just the way it is. It's been implemented way too long for it to be a fad, and it's not going back. So promote at more than 2%. Like I said, go to 10. If you have to up your price 8% to cover that difference, do that. If you're selling used, unique style items, you're probably not even going to notice. And if you're doing free shipping on unique style items like you see in my videos, I would suggest adding a shipping. Add a shipping cost to your items. Free shipping is only beneficial, in my opinion, is only beneficial for new items that there are 1.5 million of them up on eBay. That's when you're basically in a war to get sales. When you have more unique items, you have a little bit more freedom to dictate and find a rhythm that works, I guess you could say. So, yeah, that's it. Speaking of shipping, I had somebody say, can I make a video? It was just a recent comment, just a few minutes ago. Let me refresh this. Would you please give a video on how to set up shipping discounts? Now, shipping discounts, I'm not sure what you mean by that, other than combined shipping, or maybe how I did the $3.99 for unlimited media mail. That all comes with setting your prices as a flat rate instead of a calculated rate. If you do calculated rate and stuff on the I do flat rate. I've always done flat rate. I've done it the whole time. And you just have to figure that out, like weigh something up. If you sell a lot of hats, weigh the hat up. How much is it going to cost? Okay, I want to charge X amount. Make that your hat flat rate business policy. And on that extension, you can add on how much each additional will cost. There's a spot for that. Plus, you can make a policy for combined shipping where on my media, I do flat rate $3.99. Then for my combined shipping, I put 000. Then below that, there's a place to make a policy on combined. So you click on that, you make your policy, and I put free and made a free policy for combined. So that was it on that. How to get into, I can't go through the steps with the way I'm set up right now, but maybe I'll look at doing that later. But it's pretty self-explanatory once you get into your policies and creating policies. You can go to your Seller Hub, look for business policies, and start there. You should be able to figure that out there. Alrighty. Great video. I've been selling off and on for 17 years. Your video gave me a couple of great ideas to speed up production. I will let you know how it goes. That's exactly what I want. That's awesome. Karma stores are way overpriced, but their dumpsters are freaking awesome. I wish I would have known that when I went on my trip, going to those overpriced Karma thrift stores, because instead of parking in front of the building, I would have parked in back of the building and just started going through the dumpster. I love the silly hats. What do you mean silly? Why are you calling my hats silly? My hats aren't silly. They're stylish. Get it right. Style. All right. What about the average amount of time a t-shirt sits in your store? I asked because I listed several tees, Quicksilver, Beastie Boys, Woo Wear, but they didn't sell after 2 weeks, so I pulled them. I got stuff in my store over 2.5 years old. And then I usually tell on this video when I sell one, this has been in the store for over 2.5 years. If you got a store and you got free listings, thankfully I can sit on stuff for 2.5 years. If you don't, then you have to look at your pricing and promoting and all that good stuff. Because if you're not promoting and your prices aren't right, your stuff's just not going to sell. It's not going to. No matter what it is, it's going to be buried on eBay so deep that nobody's going to be able to find it. This next question, I'm going to have to pass because it's on, and it's about a drop shipper buying from them, but it was a return and Amazon sale, and I don't even get into that. If somebody did that to me, I'd be blocking them and I'd be done with it. So, the whole thing, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I need to go close that door. They open the door and the door's open and the furnace is kicking on. Let me go close this door real quick. All right. Watched your whole 1.5 hour video today while listing. Immediately took into effect some of the listing habits. I've never utilized template prior, but I've listed bulk one by one. 3,600 items listed. Had my largest weekend of sales ever, 61 sold for $1,271. Been delisting, repricing, rephoto, old stale inventory. Along with listing 50 a day. Kick ass. All right, here's one that said, I had one sale in 2 weeks on eBay. I stopped my 30% off sale as it did nothing, not even views. Interesting. I read Google, did the spam updates, and my issues seem to coincide with that. I read Google, did the spam updates. I'm not sure what that is. I'm thinking many like me are being blocked by thinking they are spam. So something in my account is off. But they do say it takes 3 weeks to work itself out. I'm not familiar with that yet, so I'll have to figure that. I'll Google and look into that. All right. All right, let's see. I have a small tip that will save you loads of time. You waste a lot of time checking for duplicate listings on each one. A lot of time when you add 200 listings per day, not each one. There's a website tool that you can put your store name in and it'll check the whole store for duplicate listings. There is one that's free, but it only does, I think, like 2,000 items. Then you have to page down through it. So actually, from my experience with that, the way I do it is a whole lot quicker because it only takes me a second to type something in, especially if you only do a couple of words. With that website, even if I would think that even if you did that on a website, you're still going to be typing in a word to see if it's duplicated, or you're going to be paging through 46,000 items to see if it's duplicated. So unless I'm missing something, I don't see how that would be quicker. The way I'm doing is be quicker because I can type in 4 or 5 letters, 10 letters, and know right instantly if I have a duplicate or not. If I have to do that and then do it like once a day, I'm either going to be paging looking for duplicates, or I'm going to be typing something in anyway. So I don't, like I said, unless I'm missing something, that wouldn't be quicker. All right. Alrighty. Let me see if I can just find some actual more helpful questions here. All right, here we go. Dixon's Pickens. If you don't follow him, go ahead and follow his channel, Dixon's Pickens. DIXON''S PICKINS. Fellow Missourian. I think he's down near Cape, I believe. He comes up to St. Louis every Monday. So I'll give him a follow if you will. He's asking, how often do you decline offers? Or what is your method when a buyer counter offers you, but they remove the option for you to counter them? Oh, I love those people. But anyway, how often do I decline offers? I just have a set rate. He's, as you are, Dixon's Pickens, Marcus, right? I believe. You get from the bins, so you got very little cost into your merchandise. Normally you make all your money back on 1 to 2 items. The rest is all profit. So whatever you feel comfortable with, do the math on how much you promote, what the actual fees are. There's calculators out there, and go down to as low, check every price point. Okay, if I accepted something at this amount with this amount of shipping, how much would I make? Am I comfortable with that? And that's where you got to just set your boundaries. Like with me, all my stuff's paid off, so I'll go down to $3 on a CD, and that's about $1.30 in my pocket. So I have no problem with that, especially when I have thousands and thousands of CDs. So you just got to find your comfort spot. When a buyer removes the offer, the ability to counter offer after they sent an offer, this is where this is one of those things where you have to remove personal emotion, and you have to separate personal emotion with business. If the number's fine, no big deal. Boom. Obviously, if you don't counter offer, that they don't want it very bad. I always, when I do decline an offer, I always say to my head, like subconsciously, I go, well, they don't really want that. Like if you get $1, offer on a $10 item, decline, and it just goes off my head. They don't really want that. They don't want that. They're just trying to get something for nothing. So you can't take it personal when somebody puts, even though it might be difficult, it's very hard to separate business and personal sometimes for a lot of people, but you got to think at the end of the day, money in my account. So if it's a dollar amount that you're happy with, take it. Who cares? If it's not, they're going to lose out because you can't counter them. So decline. But I decline a lot more. I probably decline more than I counter offer. So, and that's just because you'll get somebody with 22 feedback giving you a $2 or $3, offer on a $15 item. You're decline. I'm not even going to counter you because it's kind of pointless because you're just trying to get something for nothing. You don't really want it. And then I've had many a times, especially with shoes, that there'll be like a $40 shoe. Somebody will come in and go, I'll give you $17 for it, thinking they're lowballing you. It's been sitting in my store forever. I accept. 2 seconds later, you get an email. I made a mistake, or it's not my size is the most common. Oh, it's not my size. I thought it was another size. Cancel. So you just got to learn from the common, the same old, if you will. Like I know if I hit a $15 accept on a $40 shoe, 9 times out of 10, they're going to cancel it anyway. So do I just go ahead and start declining them all, or do I accept them all and then go through the process of canceling? You got to weigh your options. Is it what's it worth to you? So everything's about what it's worth to you. Can't take anything personal. Thankfully, I've take a whole lot less personal today than I did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I'd let anything ruffle my feathers and get me a, you know, be like, you know, asshole, butthole, whatever, dumbass, whatever. It's just business. I don't let none of that bother me anymore. Decline and move on. You know, counter if you can't counter offer. So, but I understand the thought of, well, you're not even going to give me the chance to counter offer. I'm not going to accept your offer no matter what. You're only hurting yourself if it's something you're going to make money on. So, if you're into hurting yourself because your emotions are getting the best of you, might want to work on that. That's all I'm saying. I had to because I was letting it bother me and hurting me, and I had to work on that. So, all right, that should be enough for this video. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope we got some good info out there, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.